Hello, woodchucks and farmers. Welcome back to Oceanside Forest. It is now the month of September, which means we can plant some crop today. But first things first, we got to come in and check on our little chickens here. We're looking for the males only. We got some here. How many do we have? Just 8 in total. And we should be all set. The rest should be all female. Perfect. We're making a good amount of money from selling the overabundant of birds that we're getting overnight. But of course, mainly the money's coming from the sawmill and of course the oil or fuel refineries, which are kind of full. Well, the sawmill was full last night. I've been cutting down some trees, as you can imagine, up on the hillside field. We'll be there later on this episode. But first thing, we're going to be drilling, like I said, some wheat today. Let me go ahead and I'm looking for female, male. That's what we're looking for. How many males we got in here? Just 13. There we go. Sell them. We don't need any more males at all because we got the one male duck over in the second pen for the ducks. And we're having 2 pens for ducks, 3 pens for chickens. So we got 1 full pen of ducks, 1 full pen of chickens. The third pen, but the second pen for the chickens, we got 1 rooster in there. Well, I say it's a rooster. It's a baby male, baby chick, and 8 baby chick females, hens. So the only pen that's empty is this one here, and I may be putting a rooster in there sometime soon. But with the animals taken care of, except for Liberty, I should be coming over here and giving Liberty a bowl of food every day. There we go. I don't know where. Oh, did he just spawn out of a tree? Possibly. Possibly. Anyways, let's jump over and we gotta grab the big bud. Should be this one right here, all set to go-ish. I probably could use some fertilizer, so let's go ahead and we'll open this on up and we'll top it off. I think I got plenty of seed. Let me switch that over to wheat before I forget. There, that should be on wheat. Let's see, that is on seed. Oops, I hit the wrong button. Get that back to wheat. That is over to fertilizer right there. So we're going to be doing the harbor field today. So I think that should be enough fertilizer and seed in the tank. I don't think we're going to need more than what we have. But if we do, well, we'll have to take care of it. Shouldn't take us long to plant in that field. Then we'll be grabbing the other drill. Oh, I kind of forgot which one is that one there. Am I over? Oh, I was over. Yes, then we'll be grabbing the Fent and the other drill. And we'll be doing the power line fields of wheat. That's all we need for that. Perfect. And then up to the top of the hillside, and we'll be grabbing the Versatile and the plow. And we're going to expand that field from all the trees that we have cut down in between episodes, which is quite a few. I'm going to say that maybe just shy of 200 trees have been cut. Fire up the big bud. All right, let's head on down the road if we can. Can I squeeze between these sheds with the triples? I think we can. There we go. Yeah, the triple wheels seem to work out rather well for traction and pulling the drill along. We don't have a problem with horsepower. I think it's been mostly a problem with traction and our drills that we have. But the triple wheels on the big buds seem to be doing fine. I'm just wondering, can I get up the power line road later on next spring when we got to plant the hillside field with sorghum? But we'll find out then. We shall find out then. So, yeah, last episode we finished up the yearly harvest and we got over 1 million liters of crop this year. Feed for the birds between the sorghum, barley, and wheat. And for our goal here now, which is 10,000 birds, 6,000 chickens, 4,000 ducks, we need like 1.7 million liters of harvest. So, yeah, we got to open up another field like as big as the sorghum field is now. We've already expanded the hillside field a little bit this year. We're going to, like I said, expand it a little bit later on. So it's a good start. I don't think I'll be able to expand that much in one winter, so next year we'll have everything that we need. So, yeah, my goal next year, I'm going to shoot for like 1.5 million liters in harvest. I think that might be stretching it because I may not get that much time to cut down as many trees this winter as I did last winter. But then again, I always seem to surprise myself in how much I can get done sometimes. Now, let's unfold this huge drill that we have. The slight problem that we are going to run into is the field's crop rotation is kind of getting a little bit worse. So, like the big sorghum field, that was a lot of new field. So the crop rotation percentage was 115%. But that's going to drop every time we harvest it until it gets back down to 100%. So the yield won't be as good in the future. So we just got to kind of keep that in mind. But we'll just keep on going until we get enough crop to feed 10,000 birds. Now I'm beginning to wonder if I'm going to get back over to this field to be able to expand it. As for this year, this upcoming winter, of course, we're doing the hillside field. And next year, it should be this field or the power line fields. And everyone's been wanting me to do the power line fields, expand those. Not longer, but wider, and cut down some of the birch trees. So next winter, I'll probably be doing the power line fields. I may actually even get some done this winter. I don't know, because you'll see kind of a situation. I'm running into the hillside field when we get up there in just a little while. I'm kind of running out of some flat ground up there to expand on that field. But maybe when I cut down the trees and get in the forest a little bit more across the road, I might be able to see that it's maybe flatter than what it really looks like in there. Yeah, the triple wheels on the Big Bud are doing much better than the doubles I had on here, because I think last time I planted this field I just had the doubles on it, and we did lose some top speed in the drill coming up this side of the field. But with the triples on here, it seemed like no problem getting on up through here. It's been rather fun using the big equipment because I haven't used something this big since Hazard County, which was in FS19. I mean, I used big drills also, I think, in Griffin, Indiana, but I haven't used like the Big Bud since Hazard County. Yeah, you can see with this drill here, it's going to be kind of some quick work planting this field, but you can imagine with a 6 meter wide how long it would take, because this is a 30.5 meter wide drill. Good thing it's a direct drill as well. I love my direct drills. Don't have to cultivate a field before planting in it. Don't hit the tree. Okay, we kind of clipped the tree, but we're good. There's probably some of you out there that like your non-direct drills. I mean, there's a lot of good seeders out there, but if it's not a direct drill, I'd rather prefer not to use it. This saves you a step. You don't have to cultivate a field, then go around and drill it. I realize on some of them, you can put the cultivator in front of the drill and pull it together. But I just rather grab myself a direct drill and be done with it. Yeah, this field here, I think this field yielded just under, or just over 100,000 liters. Was it 120? Almost 120. I think it almost filled up our grain trailer, which holds 120,000 liters. So we can probably expect the same out of it this upcoming season. Although wheat does yield a little bit better than barley, but the lime value has probably gone down a little bit in the field, so that may equal out the yield potential. I probably should have gone around and put lime down, but since this upcoming season is not going to really push us over the edge of getting up to how many liters we need to feed all 10,000 birds, yeah, I'll probably hold off on spreading lime for this another season. I mean, it's only been one harvest since this field's been lime, so it's not going to be that down in lime content. And yes, the weeds will grow back. We'll take care of them next month when they do grow back. But we do have ourselves the Jatco See and Spot weed sprayer. Nice, I think it's 42 meter wide working width, so it won't take us long to get rid of all the weeds. And then this field will be all set until next June. Or is it July for wheat? Might be July. For harvest season. Won't be back over here at all until harvest time. So I am kind of glad, in a sense, that we got over the 1,000,000 liter mark for harvesting this past season, because that was the goal I was kind of shooting for. Although, just looking at the size of the field, I thought I was going to get more off it, but I've been very bad at guessing how long it's going to take me to harvest a field, and also to work in a field, and how much I'm going to get off the field. Oh, I should mention, I did finish mulching that big sorghum field as well. It took me about another hour and a half going around with the McCormick. Oh, sorry, the T8. I had the T8 on it, mulching that field on up. We don't really need to in FS22 to mulch the field, because the direct drill will work that in. But as you farmers out there told me, a crop stock that high, you definitely would mulch it on in. So we'll keep on mulching the sorghum into the field. Probably next time, though, I'll put them on a worker. Right, let me swing back around and get this little piece of the field up here. That way, we're all set on this side. Yeah, this is the tractor to use. Well, I'm pretty sure there's other ones you could use as well. But if you can get triples on a tractor, it will pull this drill and not have any wheel slippage. Let me raise up the drill just to turn a little bit quicker. Alright, now let's go finish off this field. And actually what I might do, because the next time I'm going to be using the big bud and this drill, is it'll actually be up in the sorghum field. So maybe I'll go up the power line road just to see if the tractor will go up the road. But I definitely need to go back to the farm though. I definitely need to top this off with seed and fertilizer before I start planting that sorghum field. Probably should double check to make sure. No, I think I did soil sampling over here not long ago. This field should be all set for soil sampling. I mean, it's kind of late now, but let me go ahead and double check on it. Let's see here. Where would it tell me where it's out of date? Yes. So soil information, pH level, it'll say outdated and everything. As long as we don't see any black on the map, we are good. Yeah, so we're all set. Environmental score is 98, so that's not too bad. Although I don't really look at the environmental score anymore. I just use precision farming because I like farming with it. It's a little bit, it simplifies it for me a little bit more. Just got to fertilize the field once. It'll use all the fertilizer that you need. And I showed in yesterday's episode of Goldcrest Valley, I believe it was, all the extra field information you can get off it. You know, how much money you're making off a field, how much money you're spending on a field to put lime and fertilizer down. It even counts in the amount of fuel that you use on that field, maintenance, all that stuff. Kind of interesting stuff. But sometimes look at it as well, it's like, okay, but I'm going to get off the field what I get off the field. There's not much more I can look into it. As long as you take care of the field as best you can, it's going to give you what it's going to give you. All right, let's bring this back to the farm here, and we'll top this off, and we'll get this ready for planting some wheat, barley. Barley needs to go in this field over here. And actually, you know what? I think because it worked rather well, let's fill this up, and we're just going to hire a worker to do it now while we're doing the power lines. Yeah, I think we'll do that. No sense of holding it off for another episode because, let's see, the only thing I can do next episode after I get everything done I need to get done is cut down more trees. A lot of trees, so it's going to take me a while. So if I get all the fields planted today, that'll give me some time to cut down some trees over the winter. Okay, let me get on the seed tank. Okay, so before I pull on in here, let me get the chute on out, so hopefully I can get it right into the trigger. And I don't think I'm going to be close enough, am I? Please tell me it's in the trigger. I think it was, but then I moved enough out of the trigger. There we go. Now I'm in the trigger. Alright, now let's get that over to the fertilizer, but it's probably not going to register. I'll probably have to move forward and go backward again. Or I should just get my auger wagon and do it that way. Alright, I think I'm going to get the auger wagon unless I'm getting lucky here. Oh, I got lucky. Alright, let's fold that on up. Like I said, this needs to be barley. Okay, let's unfold the drill. And let's see how Courseplay manages this beast of a drill and system. There's a couple of trees I'm a little bit nervous on, so when I set up Courseplay, I'm going to make sure I don't do any overlapping. Okay, let's go ahead and get ourselves a worker, shall we? Create job, field work, Courseplay. All right, so we're already in the right field. Let's go that one. Number of headlands. I'm going to go say 2. Wait, working with 8.4. Why are you saying 8.4? It should be 30.5. Great, I got to double check on the drill. I think it's a 30.5 drill. Where are the drills? Mulchers, sprayers, balers. This one right here, 30.5. It is a 30.5. Okay. Wonder why it's not registering how wide this is, but that's fine. Give me a second. It's 30.5. All right, I'm going to set up for 30.4, just a tad under so I get a little bit of overlapping. Headland overlap, I'm going to say 0%. All right, generate course. And just like that, it's got a course all figured out. All right, we'll give ourselves a worker here. All right, so who's in charge inside here? We're going to say it's Frank. All right, Frank, good luck on that. Yep, barley, we got everything going correctly here. Although it looks like they are overlapping some. Although I did say the working width was 30.4. All right, we got our fingers crossed here. We're going to jump into the Fent. I'll have to keep my eye on the worker. The first headland's going to be probably a little bit tricky on it. So we're going to grab the other drill. which is in this shed over here. But on this drill here, the tank goes first and then the drill itself. Now I don't need as much for this one here because we're doing some small fields. Nope, I didn't want to disconnect. I was on the wrong implement, apparently. Okay, and then hook up to that. Perfect. Sorghum, barley. I did plant wheat down here, right? Yes, I did. Okay. And Frank is still going, which is good. All right, we need to switch this over to wheat ourselves. There we go. Let me go ahead and get some fertilizer in this. I got plenty of seed, I do believe, but some fertilizer I'm going to lack, I think. I mean, this is a big drill within itself, but after using the other one, this is going to seem rather small. I think this is an 18.5 meter wide drill. Alrighty. And let's try not to hit any trees. Yeah, I think because a lot of people want to see some birch trees being cut and they want to see the power line fields expanded. So we can be doing that next season. So same as the other drill, this is a direct drill. Don't have to cultivate, worry about weeds or anything like that. But even though it's kind of the same setup with the seed tank being first before the drill, for me it's a little bit harder to control where the drill is going to be when you start turning. The other one I seem to do rather well on. This one here, I don't do as well on. And every once in a while I'm going to check on Frank over there. But as long as it keeps on moving, right where he... Wait, is it there or the other part of the field? Okay, so I think that part of the field there, he's fine on trees. I left a lot of space between the field. Well, I say a lot of space. Enough space between the field and the tree line. Yep, he's on moving. I think it took me like 40 minutes to drill that field last time, so may take them about an hour. But now that I'm getting that field done today, or it'll be mostly done today, I don't know when the next episode of Oceanside Forest will be. Like I said, to the up-to-date schedule, you're better off going on my Discord channel to know better of. So what I might do is just take some time and cut down a lot of trees and maybe take a week off from posting a video in Oceanside Forest, but I'll be getting some work done. I think I did this last time. I can't make that corner now. And then that way when we come back, it'll be next spring. And we'll see how much we have advanced on opening up the hillside field. I'm not sure if that's what I want to do, but, you know, like I said, if you really want to know when next episode of Oceanside Forest will be out, the Discord channel and checking on upcoming videos, you can see what's coming up next. So don't be surprised if there's not an episode for about a week or so. And I may even take some time off Oceanside Forest when the premium edition of Farming Simulator comes out on the 14th of November. We'll do a little mini-series on, I think it's Erlingrad. I forgot to look the name of the map, but that's, for some reason, that's the name of the map that's stuck in my head. We'll be looking at the new crop types. It's probably going to be like a handful of episodes on that map. I don't think it's going to be like Silver Run where I find out something very interesting on it and want to continue on. But we'll definitely be coming back here, of course. We got to finish up this challenge. We got a ways to go. But, I mean, we're more than halfway to our challenge. I mean, not on the bird side of things, but being how many leaders that we need to have to feed 10,000 birds. Right, let me go around and we'll get this side of the field. Of course, we will have to take care of the weeds, but I can take care of the weeds at any time because our weed sprayer has narrow tires on it. So even this Fendt tractor that we're using here for this drill, we got way more than enough horsepower to pull it. But going uphill, it's a traction problem. And that's where the big bud and triple tires would come in handy. Don't hit that pole. You did hit that pole. Come on, sneak around. There you go. For some reason, I'm worried about Frank hitting a tree, and it's me hitting things. He's moving, I do believe. I mean, he's definitely moved on from where we last saw him. Once he gets the first headland done, then I won't have to worry about him too much because, yeah, he's got a 30-meter wide drill, so the next row is going to be 30 meters out from the edge of the field, so he's going to have plenty of room. Yeah, I think it is time that we expand these fields a little bit. These were our first fields, the very first fall that we were here. Because this was the only open ground that we had, because there's no trees here. Everything else was tree covered. Going back on it, I remember when I downloaded this mod, I definitely thought this drill here, I'm like, yeah, this is going to be big enough for what we're going to be doing. But as we moved on and realized the amount of yield that we're getting and how big the fields were going to be, that's when we purchased the other drill. And just like that, the power line fields are all set, except for weeds. The harbor field is all set, except for weeds. And soon, the farmyard field will be all set, except for the weeds. Yep, Frank is doing a wonderful job over there today. He did not hit any trees going around the field. Better than I would have done, because I'm pretty sure I would have clipped a tree here and there. And we are done with this drill here. For now, I'm just going to bring it back and park it into the yard. I'll fold up one more time here. Yep, we can sneak through now. Perfect. I may have had enough fertilizer in there to get the 2 fields done. Now right there, you're probably looking at close to $1 million of equipment, and I only use it to do the power line fields. That's it. Alright, so the crop rotation here should be close to... Yeah, so right here, crop rotation's 100%, because it was wheat, then sorghum, and now barley. But expected yield still 123%, so that's pretty darn good. And now once we get up here, it's going to say fallow, sorghum, barley, and I think it's going to be like 110% for the yield. Okay, 105%. Not too bad. But Frank should get this field done rather quickly. How we doing on fertilizer and seed? We'll see what he gets done. He gets done when he gets done. It'll be more than what I got done. And I will probably go around and get the small pieces that he missed, but he's not going to be missing too much. But let's come over to here. But anyways, actually while we're on the map, it'll actually show pretty much how much we expanded already this season. So the sections on the map, like this field here, these fields here, the harbor field, and everything you see in the mustard yellow kind of color, that was a field that we harvested this year. This light brown color, that is what we've added to our fields this season. It wasn't harvested this year. So everything else was just over 1 million liters. Actually, it was what was the yield? 1,017,864 is what we yielded this year off those fields. So we're shooting for 1.7 million, and I've already added this much. That may give us like 100,000 liters extra for next season. And now we're going to be adding, of course, a little bit more. Let's fire up the versatile, unfold the plow. Let me allow to create fields. So yeah, all those trees that were over there last time you saw it, they're all gone. Some do like to keep track of what's going on with how many trees we got cut. And currently we are at 4,665 trees cut. Oh yeah, and someone else did ask how many hours do I got in the map so far. It's 115 hours. But sometimes when I'm cutting down trees, I will, get up away from the PC and take like a 15-20 minute break and come back and cut some more. So, that's not a true 115 hours probably working on the map. Maybe close like to 110. Maybe somewhere in there. But roughly that's how much it's been so far. Is it working? Yeah, allow it to create fields. So over here recently was a whole bunch of trees. So you can see to the left of us, it does start to go down a hill. And I'm trying to avoid that a little bit, although it doesn't look that steep. But then again, where the hill is in the field itself, over there, that didn't look that steep either at first, until we started creating the field. So I'm going to try to, stay away from the hill as much as I can. Originally, I just wanted the field to come up to the road that the map modder made going up through here, but I think we'll be cutting across the road, eliminating the road, and going across there because it's still relatively kind of flat. Although we are getting kind of close up to the map border, which is like right along here somewhere, so not much further to the edge of the map. But it can be deceiving. You may look at that many trees and you think, I can clear that out in like a half an hour. Yeah, even with the auto-loading log trailer and, getting Billy in here to remove the stumps, that takes a while. I speak from experience. Trust me on this. I have learned to just not, bother saying, let's try to get this done in an hour or so. I just go in and start cutting trees. And get done when I get done at a nice pace where I try not to get stressed out or worry about, I need to get this many trees cut. I just go in, make an outline of a set of trees and just start working on it, and then when I feel like I had enough for that day, I stop cutting trees and go back to it another day. For now, I'm going to leave the road here. But yeah, you can see it's relatively flat going in through there, so I think I'll be expanding that way. We're not going to be crossing the power lines with the fields. So the farmyard field is going to stay on one side of the power lines, and the hillside field will stay on this side of the power lines. And then, of course, we got the harbor field. And if you're asking why not go over and start expanding the harbor field now, because with a crop in it, I don't want to be dropping trees down the crop, which don't hurt the crop. But if I were to drive into the crop, we will destroy the crop. So I'm trying to stay away from those fields until we get a field like this, the sort which once was the this was a wheat field. And the reason why we're over here, because we harvested the wheat in August, and then next time we plant a crop in here is sorghum, which is not until April, and it gives me like 8 months where there's no crop in the field, so I can cut down trees, not, you know, get in the field, drive across the field, and not worry about destroying crop or anything like that. At least we're back using the versatile. We got the versatile for with the drill that we just used with the Fendt, but I was getting a lot of wheel slippage, and I thought, okay, the Fendt with the traction on it, the tracks on it would give us better traction, but then the Fendt still had the same problem. And I really stopped using the versatile after that because, you know, the Fendt was doing a little bit better than this versatile. But now I got a use for the versatile, which is plowing and expanding the fields. I got use for all the tractors. The New Holland T8 feeds the chickens and sometimes does some other work, like mulching a field. The McCormick is doing some odd jobs like that and moving the header trailer around. The JCB has been pretty much now on the field service trailer services. Yeah, that service trailer has been nice. It saved me time from loading up the tree harvester, which at first was fun. But for how many hours I got in the tree harvester, I wear it down quite a bit. And of course, the more hours I put onto it, the faster it wears down. And putting fuel into it is also better coming up here and just using the field service trailer. I got many hours in that tree harvester. I think we're over 30. Actually, you know what? While we're right here, let's just take a quick jump out. We'll jump in. We'll see how many hours are on that. Now, the hours that are on the tree harvester, those are true hours. I don't leave the engine running when I'm not in it and walking around. So, okay, 35.2 hours I've been in that tree harvester cutting down trees. So this field here, when we harvested the wheat in it, we got like pretty close to 350,000 liters, somewhere around there. So once we get this plowed in right here, we'll have a quick look at the map once again and try to compare how much we've added to the field to how big the field was originally. I mean, kind of guesstimate how many more liters we have added to the field. Because like I said, next year's harvest, I would like to get up to 1.5 million liters harvested. And that means we can pretty much, you know, in year number 6, we should be at our goal of 1.7 million liters. But that may not be the last year that we harvest. We may have to go another year because it may take a while for the pens to fill up all the way for all the birds that we're going to have. But the last year will be rather quicker for me because I won't be cutting down more trees to expand the fields. I'll be satisfied like, okay, we got enough fields to feed 10,000 birds. I really don't need to expand and spend a couple hours in between episodes cutting down trees and loading them up into a logging trailer and getting them on down to the sawmill. Because as you can see, we can pretty much drill the fields pretty darn quick. And then harvesting is taking a little bit of some time. I think it was almost 2 hours, hour and a half to 2 hours to harvest that sorghum field. But I don't think I want 2 harvesters in the same field. Don't think we need it. And that sorghum field that we're currently drilling, I don't think we'll be expanding that field anymore. That field might be done. Although I would like to, you know, I was kind of hoping to get that field up to the road as well, but that's a lot of trees in throughout there. So I'm just seeing Frank in the distance. And he's still moving. I thought he was on his second headland. What is he doing over there? How's he doing anyways? I think he's got the headlands done. He might be going back and forth now. Which probably would be longer than if he just kept going around in circles. But, yeah, I mean, he's getting work done that I would normally have to do. So we're happy with that. I'm also happy that I'm not missing any logs when we go to plow, I always expect to find like one logs hiding in these bushes here. Not the base of the tree and halfway up, but the second half of the tree, like the top part of the tree, those can get kind of narrow. And they can hide in the bushes rather well, especially when it's, you know, as the sun is setting and I'm trying to go around trying to find the logs, they can hide in the bushes pretty well. And now we got more of a field. Again. Again and again and again. Alright, so we fold that on up. So let's have a look at this now. Got to give this a second to probably render in. But yeah, you can see we added like this section right here, which is almost the same size as this. So if we got 350,000 liters off the field here, and we added this much, maybe we've added like 175, maybe 200,000 liters to our harvest, which would be great if that's the case. Yeah, it could be about that much. And as for the size of our fields, we currently have, this is not adding to what we just plowed, because I would have to exit the save game and load back in, and this would update. But we're up to 52.5 hectares of field, plus what I just added right here. Let's see how Frank Jr. is doing. Looks like he missed a strip there. That's interesting. Why are you overlapping like that? Did that have an I have a funny feeling that put an offset on the drill. If there's an offset on the drill, off center, then he's going to miss a strip here, which he's going to. All right, Frank, I mean, you're doing what you were told, apparently, but that's not going to fly with me. All right, let me go around here, and I will do the rest of the field. I mean, it's not going to take that long. I mean, you got the headlands done, which, you know, with a 30-meter wide drill, that's like 60 meters of headland around the edge of the field. That's quite a bit. I will have to top this off with some fertilizer, but that's not a big deal. We got the auger wagon that can come up and give me some fertilizer. Seed, I thought last time I got the whole field done with the amount of seed that I had in the grain cart, but being a different crop type, it might go through more seed, and that is going to change depending on the soil that we're in, of course. But either way, this will all get drilled. It'll all be done, and it won't take me too long to get done either. Yeah, so next episode of Oceanside Forest, I'm not sure if I'll have one. Let's see, you should be seeing this normally on a Friday, so the following episode would be like on a Monday. I'm not sure if there'll be an Oceanside Forest. It could be American Falls, but, you know, just tune in. But if you really want to know, like I said, jump on the Discord channel, and you can see when I get videos uploaded to YouTube and start scheduling them through YouTube and pre-scheduling them. That's when I update the upcoming videos on the Discord channel, which is usually a couple days, and you get a couple days advance notice of what video is going out when. But this will get all drilled. It'll be all set. Yeah, this will only take me about another half hour probably to get done. And then I'll be jumping back into the tree harvester and going across that road and cutting down more trees and expanding. I won't plow any of the expansion, but I will get rid of all the tree stumps, and of course bring all the trees to the sawmill, because I can cut down to about 125 trees before the game starts to get a little laggy for me, and I gotta start picking them up. So I try to teach myself to just cut down 100 trees, pick them up, bring them down, and then start over before it gets too laggy, because then it gets really rough trying to drive with only 12 frames per second with logs on the back of the truck. That's always interesting. But anyways, that will do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always, and I'll catch you again right here in Oceanside Forest. But until then, have a good one.